Hello friends, welcome to class 10th. Today we are going to discuss geography chapter 1st, resources and development. About resources you already discussed in class 8th. What is mean by resources then? Resources are everything available in our surroundings which can satisfy our needs provided it is technologically accessible, economically feasible and culturally acceptable. We term it as resources. The process of transformation of things available in our environment involves an interactive relationship between nature, technology and institutions. Human beings interact with nature through technology and create institutions to accelerate their economic development. Resources are function of human activities. Human beings themselves are essential component of resources. They transform material available in our environment into resources and use them. Dear students, now we going to discuss types of resources. First of all, we going to discuss on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin, there are two types of resources: biotic resources and abiotic resources. Biotic resources are obtained from biosphere and have life, such as human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, livestock, etc. Second type of resources are abiotic resources. All those things which are composed of non-living things are called abiotic resources. For example, rocks and metals. Second type of resources are on the basis of exhaustibility. There are two types of resources: renewable resources and non-renewable resources. First of all, renewable resources. The resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical or mechanical processes are known as renewable or replenishable resources. For example, solar and wind energy, water, forest and wildlife, etc. The renewable resources may further be divided into continuous or flow. Second type of exhaustibility resources are non-renewable resources. These occur over a very long geological time. Minerals and fossil fuels are example of such resources. These resources take millions of years in their formation. Some of resources like metals are recyclable and some like fossil fuels cannot be recyclable and get exhausted with their uses. Now next type of resources on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, there are four types of resources: individual resources, community owned resources, national resources and international resources. Individual resources, these are also owned privately by individuals. Many farmers own land which is allotted to them by government against the payment of revenue. In villages there are people with land ownership, but there are many who are landless. Urban peoples own plots, houses and other property. Plantation, pasture lands, ponds, water in wells, etc. are some of the examples of resources ownership by individuals. Make a list of resources owned by your own households. Second type of resources are community owned resources. There are resources which are accessible to all the members of community. Village commons, grazing grounds, burial grounds, village ponds, etc. Public parks, picnic spots, playgrounds in urban areas are de facto accessible to all the peoples living there. Third, national resources. Technically, all the resources belongs to the nation. The country has legal powers to acquire even private property for public good. You might have seen roads, canals, railways being constructed on field owned by some individuals. Urban Development Authority get empowered by the government to acquire land. All the minerals, water resources, forest, wildlife, land within the political boundaries and oceanic area up to 12 nautical miles. It is almost 22.2 km from the coast, termed as territorial water and resources therein belongs to the nation. International resources. There are international institutions which regulate some resources. The oceanic resources beyond 200 nautical miles of the exclusive economic zone belongs to open ocean, and no individual country can utilize these without the occurrence of international institutions. Now, last type of classification on the basis of the status of development. First, potential resources. Resources which are found in a region but have not been utilized. For example, the western parts of India, particularly Rajasthan and Gujarat, have enormous potential for the development of wind and solar energy, but so far these have not been developed properly. Second, developed resources. Resources which are surveyed and their quality and quantity have been determined for utilization. The development of resources depends on the technology and level of their feasibility. Next, stock. Materials in the environment which have the potential to satisfy human needs, but human beings do not have the appropriate technology to access these, are included among stock. For example, water is compound of two gases, hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen can be used as a rich source of energy, but we do not have advanced technical know how to use it for this purpose. Hence, it can considered as stock. Now, last type of resources are reserves. Reserves are the subset of the stock which can be put into use with the help of existing technical know-how, but their use has not been started. These can be used for meeting future requirements. River water can be used for generating hydroelectric power, but presently it is being utilized only to a limited extent. Thus, the water in the dams, forests, etc. is reserves which can be used in the future. Thank you and have a nice day.